Bees ain't no killers, but don't push them.
I know that's right.
Hey, welcome to HoneyBee Sage Wellness Apothecary.
Good morning. So it is Kisha, your Fierce Mind Creator, and I am working today. So I have popped out to HoneyBee Sage, and we are going to get into some real natural, clean, delicious fun today, okay? So follow me. Bree is going to be my trainer today, you can say. And let's see how it goes. I am popping out at HoneyBee Sage Wellness. That is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And the fierce owner, Angela, who actually was a sponsor of one of our Sit at the Tables a few years ago. And guys, I mean, if you're in a city and you haven't heard of this place, it is so delectable. So you're going to get a tour, you're going to learn more about HoneyBee Sage, some business insight, of course, and you're going to see me work. So stay tuned.
Beautiful. Yes. And I'm just so glad you get to see this space. I think having the bar is just so unique and beautiful to be able to order like tea. Now we're having tea lattes, which is new. Yes, delicious. That's been really popular. And for the summer, we're trying to get smoothies in as well, adding in different herbs, things like that. So I'm just super excited for the summer.
What is your, so is you have something that's like signature that people like really get all the time?
Yes, so I would say Just a Cup of Love. That's our signature tea blend. It's good for the nervous system, regulating like stress and anxiety. It's a super simple blend, but it's delicious. Yes, you have to. You have to.
What is your favorite?
I would probably say the Cleanup Woman. It's one of our detox teas. Hibiscus really comes through for me, and that's my go-to on the daily, I would say. But
awesome.
Yes. And we also have sea moss gel that you can add into the tea, and that people are loving that.
Really?
Yes.
I've never had sea moss.
Yes. Okay, we'll have to do your sample. You'll have to give it a try.
Am I gonna be like grossed out or?
It definitely is like a texture thing, but if you put it like in your tea or smoothie, it'll dissolve.
Oh, awesome.
Taste it. But yeah, we should definitely do that then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are working today. What you got work?
Yes. So we have this. Yeah.
So Bree is showing me what to do. She said Just a Cup of Love is like the popular here, so I gotta get that. And then she said her favorite is the Cleanup Woman. I just saw that, so I'm definitely gonna leave here. Definitely going to leave here with some tea because I see a lot I'm gonna purchase already. Okay, so this is their location. I don't know how long, and we'll figure that out. I'll ask how long they've been at this location, but they were previously in the Sherman Phoenix, where I did the classic pop out a couple weeks ago. They were located in there, and that's like a collective of vendors and businesses in the Phoenix, and now they're at this location on MLK Drive. So let's go. Contrary to popular or unpopular belief, I do be working. But if you know me and you've been to a fierce event and you see me running around, you would know that I be working. Now I gotta get back to work. Bye. So I'm working, and there are a lot of people coming in today. This is a black-owned business, and there are a lot of people coming in today that never been in here. I love that. I love when there's a small business and, you know, potential new customers come in because they want to learn more, or they see it and they're like, what is this thing? I always walk by, never knew what it is. So I love that. So that is what is happening while I'm working. I am doing some labeling. My trainer, Bree, is checking on something for me because I asked questions. And yeah, we're working. You know, I'm a busy bee.
It is lavender. You were right.
Okay, so the end. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. See? Asking questions, and she's like, yep, you're right. So I'm doing some labeling right now. And somebody might ask, like, how can you just help all different kind of business? Well, when you have some soft skills, when you have, I keep looking at that instead of that. When you have soft skills, somebody may ask, well, how you're able to just help anybody, right? Or any business. But when you have soft skills, you're able to kind of do different things. And I have a good history of experience. I haven't done everything. Of course, I've never worked in a tea shop. But I know how to label and do inventory because I have a fierce shop. And when I ran Classic for the day, I know how to greet customers and look up items and SKUs on in the store on the tablet and things of that sort. When I helped Truman social media, I run my own social medias. I have 8 social media accounts. Okay, just in case you didn't know. My travel, my event planning, Fierce, my personal pages, Facebook, Instagram. I don't have any TikTok yet, but so just incorporate some of them skills and being able to help, and also being able to learn, hey, I'm available to help you in this way. What do you need me to do? Now, of course, nobody's having me hammer anything, or even when I helped Fred and Chantel for Mindful Mondays, it was in Fred's gallery. if he would have said, I'm going to show you how to frame a piece of art because I need a couple pieces of art frame, then I would be learning that. Now, doesn't mean I'm going to be an expert after I leave, but at least I would know how to do what need to be done. And I can say, yeah, I've tried that before, you know. So, yeah, you got to be open to trying new things, learning new things, and then exercising those skills so they don't lay dormant, if that makes sense. I got to get back to work. I told her to put a little extra sweetness in it. And it's very hot. Very. I'm scared. Ooh, but that is good. It's hot. But it's very good. Just a cup of love with strawberry. Extra honey. It is hot. I gotta let it cool off for a sec. Okay, so I have Emili here at HoneyBee Sage Wellness
And apothecary.
I won't try to say that word. Apothecary. I can say it.
Apothecary, yeah.
Yeah. So Emili, you are the resident or the in-house.
The head herbalist is
my
title, which I always kind of hesitate at. I've got a lot to learn yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been doing things with herbs for the last 12 years, mostly with my family and in my community. Like my first encounter with mugwort when I was having some lady issues, things with my uterus, and just like got to sit down next to her and really hear and learn from her. This is a plant, just sitting there with her.
Okay.
Not so academic, you know. I think they always think about people as professionals, like they know all the things, they have all the book knowledge, but really herbalism, there's such an angle to it where you just are intuitive and you're sitting there with it. And
wow.
Yeah. So my work is more embodied like that, I suppose. And working here at HoneyBee Sage alongside Angela, I've been able to learn a lot and how to engage with community members. And yeah. And so what I do is I blend our herbal blends. We've got about 25 medicinal herbal blends. Most of them are Angela's recipe. I know we're kind of working on, we're collaborating to make some more blends.
Mm-hmm.
And I go down, I cleanse the space, and I blend the different blends. And it's such a privilege. I love to pray over that bowl and thank the herbs as they come together for all the healing that they're going to impart to the people in Milwaukee and beyond.
Awesome. Now, I've heard of... I'm familiar with HoneyBee, of course, when they were in Sherman, Phoenix.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it didn't cross my mind. So me and a couple of the ladies in the city, we did this series for my brand, Unapologetically. And we talked about our fibroid journey.
Okay.
So we all opened up.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing to hear how many different women had some of the same stories, people that we see every day and didn't know because they didn't want to talk about it.
We don't talk about those
and
things.
I didn't even consider to like, hey, let me go to HoneyBee. Let me see what kind of herbal teas and things of that sort. Because I guess we're all trying to find remedies or just ways that we can kind of eradicate some things, prevent some things, and just soothe some things. And HoneyBee, of course, is the perfect place to come for that.
Absolutely. I think of a couple blends that we have. Sunshine and Rainbows have a lot of really beautiful uterine toning type herbs in there. Seasons Change also for fibroids or uterine issues with red clover. Vitex has been an ally for myself as well. Sage and peppermint and Dong Quai just are really beautiful. I love the flavor of that one, like medicinal benefits aside. Like
wait, which one is that one?
That's the Seasons Change.
Seasons Change. So Sunshine and Rainbows and Seasons Change.
And Seasons Change.
I have to make sure I get those before I leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're really, really wonderful. But so many people have come in with like issues of with fibroids and things like that. So just, and every person is so different. So guiding them on this journey, like what benefits them might not necessarily benefit another person.
Right.
But it is the best when people come in and they've got some idea of like what is calling to them.
Right.
And like working with them. It's such a gift, such a privilege.
Now, do you help come up with the names of the teas?
Not yet. I did invent the Frisky Flower Smoke. So I came up with that name. That's more for like if you're having sexy time and you just want to like chill. But yeah, that was my recipe and my name for that one. Yeah. And there are a couple more things in the works where I do get to maybe name them. I love being creative with the herbs. It's such a,
Got to.
fun thing. Yeah. And I am working on a little line of bath salts and bath herb blends.
Okay.
That's probably going to be a little ways coming yet.
Okay.
Just because we hired some new honeybees and we're training and all that. But once that gets smoothed out, I'm going to be like creating a whole lot of things.
Oh my God. And honeybees are what you call your employees?
Employees, yeah.
Okay. So not actual bees, guys.
No.
But
And anybody who comes through the door too, we like to think of our community as being homegrown healers. And so even those who come in are considered honeybees. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for that story, Emily. Nice and everything we needed and straight from the heart. And we love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
So now I'm here with Bree, who is my trainer, you can say, for the day. She's been awesome. Her spirit. She gave me that delicious, just a cup of love with the strawberry immunity tea.
So good.
She's been busy, but she's given me a couple seconds. I just wanted to ask you, Bree, from your perspective, what is HoneyBee Sage? And why do you like working here?
Ooh, beautiful question. Okay. To me, HoneyBee Sage truly is a healing cafe in so many different ways. Obviously, through like the tea blends that we create, the intention behind it all, and just like the different products. But honestly, to me, like the most healing thing is the community. Like on a daily basis, we just have people that like recognize each other, really good friends, business meetings, and just seeing people like connect and meeting each other every day. It's like, have you met so-and-so? Have you met this? And just seeing like new connections. That's like probably my favorite part of working here is just seeing that and also getting to meet new people. And I do just love working with the herbs too, and just like each tea bag or each little like mug of tea, just being able to smell the tea, getting to see it visually as well. It's just a lot of fun. So yeah.
Yes. Very tranquil working in here.
Yes. Definitely.
I can imagine the smell because there are so many different smells that I've smelled today.
Right.
And just, have that soothing peace for the most part, the people that are coming in here are looking for a place to unwind, relax, or get some type of, healing or just be at peace. So I love that. Okay, well, thank you, Bree. I'm going to get back to work before the boss gets here.
Thank you.
Thank you for all your help today.
Thank you, like genuinely. I'm so grateful. And I love you and your energy. So thank you. I'm super glad to
you'll see me in here again. Trust.
Okay.
I'll be here. I won't be working though.
No,
unless you need me. But yeah, I'll be in here sipping some tea. And
yes, you'll have to get like the whole sit down experience. I can even do that before you leave if you had time. But we get a cute little tray, a mug, a timer. So it looks visually looks stunning.
Awesome.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So now I'm with Naomi, another honeybee of the day. And we're just going to have an informal conversation. She's going to tell me, in her perspective, what is HoneyBee Sage and why she likes working here.
HoneyBee Sage is just like a general hub for like wellness to me, whether it's like actual physical wellness with the herbs and the teas and the different products that we carry here, or just like energetic wellness. People come in and they feel blessed and they feel just a healthy atmosphere, which is something that a lot of people tend to not really be able to get on their everyday life, just a healthy space to just be in. So I think wellness all around is a good description for HoneyBee Sage.
Perfect. So, and then tell me why you enjoy working here.
I enjoy working here because, the staff is very, very transparent, very communicative, very kind, and we attract that in our customers as well. So I think that, the energy that HoneyBee Sage as a hub puts out, we definitely attract that back here. And it's definitely an environment that I enjoy being around and being aligned with.
Okay. So what's your favorite tea? What do you get?
I would say Sunny Roots or Lemon Deo.
Okay.
Or if we're going for a black tea, maybe the Oregon Breakfast. I enjoy that one a lot.
Okay. Do any of those have a certain property in those that you like, ingredient, or is it just the flavor, or is it the
Definitely
notes?
The flavor. The Sunny Roots, I enjoy the spiciness of it, and just the overall the benefits with the turmeric and the ginger, and then just a little bit of sweetness to it. When I add the sweetener, Lemon Deo, I like lemonade, and I like how it like dims down the sugar element of it for like a lemonade taste. And then the Oregon Breakfast is just a good black tea. I like to add oat milk to that one. I like oat milk in general, so being able to add that to my tea is a plus.
So do you do cold or hot and cold?
Mainly hot.
Okay.
But
I like a
Lemon
chai,
Deo,
kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lemon Deo is definitely good cold, but I definitely generally do hot.
Awesome. Okay. So I have a lot of flavors in my head. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to try all of these.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
No problem.
Okay. Okay, so my work day is done, and now I am here with the owner, the fiercest honeybee that you may know or may not know. You will get to know her now. So Angela is with us, and she's going to tell us about HoneyBee Sage Wellness and Apothecary.
Apothecary.
See?
Emili, you can do it. Come on, do it with me. Because you can do it.
Apothecary. Boom. Emili said it earlier, so I'm not going to try that.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
So, hi, Angela.
Hello.
I want to thank you for allowing me to come in and pop out, as I call it, because this is the first pop out. Be of assistance. Like I told the other business owners, the goal was to give back and to actually do something that, even if it was a minimal task, something you said, hey, we need help with that.
Yeah.
And then now that I have came into the Beehive, not the Beyonce Beehive, but the Beehive.
Yeah.
And we've connected. If there's something and you're like, hey, see if Kish is available to, it may not be as easy as this, but if it's something you be like, hey, see if Kish is available, or if it's a event, you be like, we need a couple volunteers, just call me.
Yes,
and we'll make it work. I'm not in the city as much.
Okay.
But just gotta ask and we'll make it work.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
So Angela, tell us about HoneyBee Sage. What is it?
Yes. So HoneyBee Sage Wellness and Apothecary is an apothecary, old Greek term origin that means a place to store things. And it's a place where people back in the day, when they really relied on natural resources for healing, that they would bring oils and salves and herbs and all the things into one place to be able to act as a bit of a old day pharmacy. So it was the pharmacy before pharmaceuticals took the spotlight. So a place to store herbs and healing remedies and things like that. And so HoneyBee Sage is that. We are also a cafe. We also have a little bit of a metaphysical component, meaning we have sages or sage smudges and incense and oils and candles and things like that that some people like to incorporate in their spiritual ritual.
Now I love it. Now I saw a smudge, and I didn't know what a smudge was.
Yeah.
So today was a learning experience. I don't care what I do or where I've been. You're never too old or never too experienced to learn.
Yeah.
So I had to say, Bree, what's a smudge?
Yeah.
She told me what a smudge is.
Yeah.
So that is awesome. And y'all, if you've never been here, this is located in Milwaukee. If you haven't been here, if you don't feel peace when you come in here, then I need you to turn back around.
Yeah.
Because it's your energy.
Thank you.
It's your energy.
Yeah, we do our best to really set the tone.
Cause just peaceful, everybody's nice. Naomi and Bree have the most just welcoming spirit. All the people that have come in here today, you had a lot of first time people coming here today.
Beautiful.
And so me even working, I'm like, this is beautiful. Like so with that being said, tell us your why. Why HoneyBee Wellness?
First time in, I'm gonna give you a quick little tutorial.
So I'm a massage therapist by trade, and I would stand behind my massage table, and God would allow me to witness healing on a different level with people coming in. And I knew there was one instance where a client of mine, she said, I'm going to start calling this the table and start calling it the couch, like the therapist couch, because she was able to come in, speak with me, unload. And then there was one day I was talking to my best friend at the time, and I was saying to her, I know what I want to be when I grow up. I want to be a professional space holder. And not like, by that I mean just a place where I can hold space for people who were embarking on their healing journey. And I love tea, love herbs, started learning about that after I finished massage school. And so HoneyBee Sage is a combination of all the things I just mentioned. A place for me to be able to share the resources that actually aid in like physical, natural healing. And then also it's a space where people can come to convene and find community on their healing journey. A space to just come and be at peace. I really believe that sometimes people just need the space. They don't even need medicine or any physical manipulation. Sometimes people just need a space to clear their minds, to feel at peace, to be at peace, to hear from God inwardly. And so I feel like HoneyBee Sage has become a bit of that for a lot of people. A beautiful place to come and meet, whether it's over business or just catching up with a friend. And so that's the why. Like, we wanted to be able to be a resource for people to find like natural goods for healing, but then also a space where people can just come and take a deep breath and heal. Yeah.
Okay. So HoneyBee Sage is located kind of on the sort of east side.
East side,
Milwaukee
downtown area.
MLK Drive.
Yeah.
Urban community.
Yep.
Is there a reason why you picked this location over any others that were available in the city?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So when I moved to Milwaukee, I was actually embarking on this endeavor with a friend from Milwaukee, but she was living in Minnesota. Before we even broke ground on our location, she moved in a different direction. And she knew we had considered that we wanted to be on King Drive. And that was for me because it reaches a diverse demographic. So we have downtown, which means that there are people passing through the city, commuting back and forth. There are tourists coming through just to visit the city. We have on the east side of the street here is Brewers Hill, if you're familiar with that neighborhood, old historic homes. I would say probably middle class, mostly white people, mostly white neighborhood. On this side of the street, we're Halyard Park. And just behind us is one of the city's like oldest projects, Hillside, kind of down the way there. And then going just further north on King Drive, you have the Harambe neighborhood. Very different neighborhoods, but all converging in this space that's King Drive. And so I wanted to be able to reach all markets. My goal is always to reach underserved markets primarily, but I'm also a businesswoman and I want to be in a sustainable market. So I wanted it to be a place where everybody could feel comfortable, specifically us. When I say us, I mean Black and brown people. I wanted us to know that this space was created to serve us first, and anyone who could come in this space and be in community with us in a way that honors who we are as a people, that honors our existence. And so that's primarily why I chose King Drive. We started out in the Sherman Phoenix, which I think was beautiful, because that allowed us to reach our community and really in a way that was not taxing to us as a business. So the overhead was a little bit less there, but it allowed us to build community, reintroduce this ancient healing practice of herbs to our community. I shouldn't say reinvigorate us to know that this is what we've always done for healing. But once we did that, moved to 91st and Lisbon, and now come back full circle to King Drive where we wanted to start. That is the reason. That's the long story, a little bit longer than short, but we chose King Drive because it is kind of the railroad track of the city.
I love that. And that's why I asked it. Because I felt like there was a risk. It was intentional. Yeah. It wasn't just, it's an open space. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Like you said, you were doing massage therapy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
And how long has HoneyBee been in existence?
We've been in existence since November 30th. That's when we opened our doors to the public. The Sherman Phoenix opened its doors November 30th, 2018. So we've been in existence a little over 6 years, about 6.5 years. November 30th, it'll be 7 years. We've been in existence. Yeah.
So you had to journey and trial through the pandemic.
Yep. Do so many different things, but yes.
Talk about it.
Yeah. So we, when we opened on November 30th, about 2 weeks later, my father went into the hospital. And that was like almost 4 month transition. He never left the hospital. He transitioned, in the VA. And so I was his power of attorney. So I had to, help him through that process. And then, parting with a investment partner during that period, shortly after that. And then I had a stroke and then the pandemic. So HoneyBee Sage has survived a whole lot of things, which lets me know that it's so much bigger than me. And so that is why, if you pay attention to my journey, you'll see that I engage my team a whole lot. You come in the store, you don't see me as much. It's not because I'm not active in doing things, but I realize if this business solely relies upon me, it will die with me. If something happens to me, and life is life, I'm not guaranteed to be here forever. As long as I'm here, I want to build it up to be something that can pour into the community, or be a resource for the community way beyond my years. So, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, if you weren't doing HoneyBee Sage, what would you be doing?
I'm not a city girl, right? I grew up for 7 years of my childhood in Mississippi, Kosciuszko, Mississippi. Actually, West Mississippi, which is not like the direction west. It's a town called West Mississippi, is where my dad moved us to at first. And then Kosciuszko is a neighboring city, which is not really a city. It's a town. It's funny. So I grew up on the dark dirt roads with no street lights. You had to purchase your own pole.
Listen, I heard about Kosciuszko growing up, but I never knew where it was on the map.
Grew up there. So 7 years in Milwaukee. We moved to Mississippi when I was 7. And I really, at the time, I hated it because I'm like, we moving from the city where there's so much to do, down the street from a park, water park, mall, all the things. But when we moved to Mississippi, I was like, dang, ain't nothing here. But it was my life. And so I really fell into it, fell in love with it, actually. You find me out in the woods, picking up rocks, collecting sticks and all the things. And I loved, my family there. I love the elders that I got to spend time with and observe. I just loved country life. So I don't know that I would be in the sticks of Mississippi, but I would probably be somewhere near some water. maybe doing massage, or something that would allow me to really live a life that I enjoyed and have more vacation like meaningful experiences of nature rather than just being in the city and working so hard all the time. Yeah.
Could you see yourself as a beekeeper?
Oh my God, yes, absolutely. So people always ask me if I keep bees, and I don't, because it's not an easy task, and I would definitely want to make sure that I took care of my bees. And so we have a lot next to us, and if we are able to eventually develop that, I would love to have a hive there. I have some beekeeper mentors. We do have local honey here. We work with Nick Thiel from Honey Grove Apiary. I also have a bee mentor that I call my bee mentor, Charlie, who goes by the bee evangelist. And so I would love to keep bees. I think that would be an amazing gift just to learn from them, because honeybee sage is not more, honeybees can be romanticized. You go in the store and you see honeybee stuff everywhere. We really reverence the wisdom in how honeybee sages do community. And I use the word community rather than colony very intentionally. Because I'll let folks just use their imagination with that, but it's a community, and every part of the community is vital to the existence and the legacy of the hive that keeps life going, not only for the bees, but for the entire planet. And I parallel them to Black and brown folk. Because they're matriarchal. They center the woman as the queen, not because of her rank, but because of her role. She gives life to the hive. The women work together to take care of themselves, to take care of the queen, take care of the babies, take care of the men. And so it's just a beautiful thing. The queen births the babies, but she can't do so. She can't birth another female bee without insemination from a male bee. So all parts of the hive are necessary for them to continue in existence. And so I think that is just amazing and wise and beautiful. So yeah, I would love to be keeping bees and learning from them. Yeah.
That's awesome. My only experience with a beehive, or I don't know, it's not a bee farm. Beehive, I guess.
Sure.
I was in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, at a resort.
Okay.
Ocean over there.
Yeah.
We're walking through. They're giving me. I'm a travel agent as
Love
well.
that.
I do
Okay.
like 15 different things.
I need to. Okay.
And then they were like, "Oh yeah, we have a bee farm on the property." I said, "You have what?" I'm sorry. And it was like, "Yeah." I said, "Do they get out?" They was like, "Not." They did maybe some years ago, but it hasn't happened since. But they said that it was like an area.
Yeah.
And it was like, because all the honey that we use comes from. And I was
love
like,
that.
Wow. You just never would have expected that.
Right. Bees ain't no killers, but don't push them.
I know that's right.
Okay. So the fact is, bees don't want to sting you, because if they do, that means they're death. Like, only the worker bees, only the female bees have stingers. The queen has a stinger. She has stingers. She can sting and still maintain life. But if a worker bee stings you, literally her stinger rips her abdomen open and she dies. So she don't want to sting you, but she will do so to protect the queen, to protect herself, to protect her hive, she'll do it for protection. So, or if she feels like you're a threat to her life, you're going to swat her. So I'm just saying, learn that about bees. Bees are different than wasps or yellow jackets and hornets and things like that. They are going to sting you for food, for fun. But bees don't get anything from stinging you except for a short-lived life. And so they don't want to sting. So just know that the next time you encounter a honeybee.
Bees kill it, but don't push them.
They ain't no killers, but don't push them.
I will save my adult bee stung story for another day.
Okay, very good, very good.
Can you give me some tips? You've grown this beautiful business. You've had a journey.
Yes.
From 2018 till now. Yeah. I'm sure every day hasn't been peaches and cream. My God. But every day hasn't been charcoal and dirt.
Yes, absolutely.
But you've learned a lot. You've grown a lot.
Yeah.
Can you give us some advice or a tip or some tips as to what it takes to start and maintain a business? Because what we've been hearing from these pop-outs I've been doing from different businesses, is, for the most part, just because you're good at it doesn't mean do it.
Period.
And if you are not willing to, for the most part, have a team, like you said, or if you're not willing to stick it through when things get tough, this might not be for you.
It may not be
so
for you.
Can you give us some tips from your perspective on starting a business and maintaining one?
I think starting a business is finding a purpose in serving. Even if the purpose is self-serving. Everything is not, I think, once you make a decision that you want to do something, I'm a spiritual person. I reverence God. I feel like God directs the universe to move on your behalf to do what it is that you intend to do. Because why wouldn't God want you to be on earth and be happy in your doing, in the things that you do for work, and the things you do for service? So I think, first of all, determining what you want to do. And if that service includes serving other people, I think God is pleased. The universe is pleased with that. And so it will support you and get behind you on that thing. So finding out what you want to do and how you can be of service, identifying a need and serving towards the fulfilling of that need. For me, that's like how you start a business. You determine that you just want to work, because just thinking that you want to work for yourself, I have been I've become the best manager, but I've been the worst manager, boss that I've ever had in my life too. Working myself like crazy, ridiculous hours to the point that I experienced a stroke 7 months into my business. Of course, there was a whole lot of other things going on at that time too, but not knowing when to say no. It's not paying myself. Like it ain't just about working for yourself. So I would say definitely making sure that you are wanting to serve a purpose that benefits the greater good. That's how you start. Find out what it is that you can do, that you can enjoy doing, that doesn't feel like work to you. When I walk in here, my life is interesting at this point because I'm almost like, this isn't work for me. I feel like I'm coming to meet my friends who are going to make some tea with me, for people who are friends of ours. We had a big tea party every day, and so it's beautiful. All the other things are just little things that we have to do to get to be able to serve. But that's the one thing. To stay in business, to me, is to realize that the journey is the destination. And that's not my quote. I can't quote who quoted it or who said it, but that's the fact. Like, more than I enjoy the perceived successes or the benchmarks, I enjoy the journey along the way to get there and who that has made me as a person. Sitting in this space, as I look around, I'm sitting in the corner that was nothingness. Like, the wall behind me is historic Cream City brick in Milwaukee, and it was all dirty and it never been exposed, so we had to sandblast it. And there was nothing in the space. There were white walls. There was subfloor. There was nothing in this space when I came in here. And I stood in this corner and I said, this is going to be our comfy, cozy seating area. Like, everybody loves the green couch. And that across from me is going to be the cafe with the church pews, specifically, I said, and chairs and tables. And then that was going to be the bar. And you can't see all of that, but if you come in, you'll see what I'm saying. So I stood here in this space. And with my words, I spoke into existence and I tried to explain it to my mom, and she's like, I don't see it, but okay. And so to be able to go from seeing something here, saying it aloud, communicating it to other people, and then from it going here as a vision, a very clear picture in my head, to seeing it, that is the realization of God within your own being. To be able, because in the beginning there was nothing, right? And God spoke and there was. And so we are many gods. We are little creators. And so for me, if you dedicate yourself to the journey of becoming more and more of a creator, in the sense that you can see something, a need, a desire, a vision, and then you can manifest that for other people to share and experience. To me, that's what keeps me in business. That's what keeps me maintained.
And that's what matters.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have the drive, or if there's not something that fulfills you in the inside to make you want to continue, you can't really blame your staff if they want to come in and not work or they're quitting. You know, the turnaround is heavy. It's like, well, you don't have it. Why do you expect them that?
Yep, and it starts from the top. I know people will cancel you, even in building out the space. I thought we were going to open in May or June, and we ended up opening 6 months later because of something that happened that was beyond my control, and it makes you want to quit. But when the drive is bigger than you, and when it's not just self-serving, it'll keep you going on the days when you just want to give up.
It definitely will.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, see, that was some good information.
Yeah.
I loved it. I like the authenticity.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you were able to share from your soul. I love that.
Yeah.
So you have
questions.
Good, thank you. The goal is to make sure that whatever task I do for you guys is worth something.
Yes.
You know.
Very much worth something.
So tell us about what you got coming up.
Yeah, so we were selected to be official supplier for the NFL draft, the NFL source. Everybody's asking me what that means. I had no clue what that meant when I first applied. I literally was applying for the benefit of learning about getting my certifications as a minority-owned business, a woman-owned business. And what's ironic about that is that those things are probably becoming somewhat irrelevant during this season because of the administration's changes to different programs, and so I decided that, hey, well, I'll just go ahead and apply since I am. I said that since I'm going through the motions of the certifications, I'll go ahead and submit my application. I didn't know that the NFL would want to do something with tea or alcohol-free cocktails or anything I had going on. Just happens that they were planning a farmer's market that our product makes a whole lot of sense for. So we're going to Green Bay this weekend to be a part of the NFL Draft Farmer's Market. Yeah. So again, when I talk about the journey being the destination, that's what I mean. Like, I definitely didn't think that we'd get picked to serve or selected to serve, but here we are. So yeah, so the project that you worked on will make it a lot easier. So we don't have to just be scrolling through our inventory. We can scan it, put it in the bag, and go. So thank you so much. So much. Yeah.
Well, I wish you all the best.
Yes.
But I don't think it clicked like, wait, this is an NFL draft?
Yep.
No, I just thought it was like the NFL, you were going to an event.
No, it's the draft in Green Bay,
Right.
which is, I guess, probably second or closely aligning with the largest event of the season, the combine, I think, and then the draft, and then the Super Bowl. So
it's awesome, but that's connection.
Yep.
That's networking.
Yep.
That's new customers.
Yes, all
and
the
that's
things.
Bigger opportunity.
That's it. That's
I
it.
claim it. I know it. So, well, I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Andrew, I have a very important question to ask you.
Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah.
What is your favorite flavor of tea here?
Okay. So it's funny because this is the tea blend that the ingredients are not like a friend made me this cup of tea. And when I was at her house, it was before we opened. She's an herbalist. She made me a tea that had holy basil, rose petals, and lemon balm. And I had fallen in love with a tea by a different company that had similar ingredients. And so when I sipped that tea, I said, oh, it tastes like a cup of love. Like, I needed it because it helps calm you, regulate your mood. It's just a cup of love. That's my favorite. That's my favorite tea. Yeah.
So today, Bree, let me partake in the deliciousness of just a cup of love.
Yes.
She put strawberry immunity in it.
Okay. And that switches it up.
And I said, I need a little sweet. Can you add a little extra of the honey bee in it?
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was hot at first, but
Yep.
it was so good. So
Very
when I
good.
leave, it's a couple teas that I've talked to Emili, Naomi.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a couple teas. And I'm like, let me make sure I get some of these teas before I get out of here.
Yeah. Take some home with you.
I want to thank you again
Thank
for
you.
allowing us in.
Yes.
And we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
The best of blessings.
Yes. I receive it.
For everything that you have going on
Yeah.
overall, and then this weekend at the NFL
Yeah.
draft. And continuing to bring joy and sunshine and rainbows and cups of love and all the things to the city of Milwaukee.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Angela.
you. Thank you.
What would you like me to do?
So I am done with the first pop out. I popped out and I served. It was of assistance at HoneyBee Sage and Wellness. So Bree, how do you think I did? Was I help?
Incredible. Seriously, like such a big deal what you did. We've been wanting to do this for months, years even. So this is amazing. Thank you so much.
And that's the purpose, to do something that can just take something off your list and be of help. And hopefully I did good. Angela, I did okay?
You did amazing.
Okay.
You did wonderful. So we're so appreciative. The timing was
I could have did more. I'm sorry.
You did wonderfully. Thank you so much. It's been a project that we've been wanting to tackle. And again, every day things get in the way. So thank you so much.
Thank you. We're Naomi. Naomi, I was okay? I didn't overstep you too much?
No.
Okay. No. She has such a mild demeanor. So cute. Okay. So I'm done popping out. So maybe there'll be a next business that I support or assist. Stay tuned. Now, wasn't that fierce, honey? I hope you guys enjoyed watching that just as much as I enjoyed working for the day. I have to give a special shout out to Kayla, who I didn't get to see on my work day, but who organized the pop-out at HoneyBee Sage for me. Thank you again, Emili, for stepping out of your comfort zone and speaking to us for a bit. Thank you, Naomi, for being so sweet and mild and welcoming and talking to me for a bit. And special thank you to Bree for training me, being so sweet and helping me with whatever I needed for the day. Oh, and of course for that delicious Just a Cup of Love tea. And of course, special thank you again to the Queen Bee, Angela, the founder of HoneyBee Sage Wellness, for welcoming me into your shop and sharing that wonderful story with me. I am sure it's going to be a positive influence on someone else. Make sure to follow HoneyBee Sage Wellness on the socials. Like this video and share it with someone that could use a little inspiration. And stay tuned, because you never know where we'll be popping out next.